Hey guys, welcome to another Talking Touch topic, and today we're probably talking about what is the most controversial or universally disliked part of touch football, and that is the phantom touch. And we're not talking about whether or not it has a place in the game, because obviously it is not a good thing. Calling a phantom touch should be considered one of the worst things that you can do in touch football. What I want to talk about is, now firstly, this isn't confirmed. This is a rumor that I've heard from a reliable source that in a tournament recently, a well-regarded representative tournament, a player who was found to have called a phantom touch on a game that was streamed live was for the next day given a suspension. I don't know who it was. I don't know what the game is, but let's just pretend that this is a real thing. So let's say day one, last game of the day, you called a phantom. It was streamed. The governing body or the officials had a look at that, or whoever's in charge of the tournament, they had a look at the footage. A team may have put in a complaint. I don't know. They've looked at the footage. They've deduced that we believe you've called a phantom on the field, and we're going to give you an 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever match suspension from it. Now, what I'm asking you guys is, one, at face value, do you think this is the right thing to do? Now, when I was told about this, I was very on the fence. The reason I am leaning towards yes would be, this is one way to really punish a phantom touch, because a lot of times someone might call a phantom touch in a game that it gets called a touch just because of the sheer pace our game's played at. So yes, it is a massive deterrent on calling phantom touches, which a lot of people will say has a positive outcome on the game. The other side to that is, look, it's very hard. So I might have the ball and 100% believe that the person claiming the touch has missed me. But they might have touched a part of my shirt, shorts, that I just simply do not feel. And I've called touches before where I know that I have made a touch, but the defender, the guy with the ball is adamant that I didn't, because he didn't feel it. Okay, and a lot of times you will see that situation. So I want to show you a clip now. And again, I don't know whether a suspension is the right thing to do here. I think suspension should be left for foul play things like a fight or something. But I want to show you this clip where, at face value, this looks like a phantom touch, but then we're going to talk about it after. So this is actually from the 2022 State Cup Grand Final. Nothing to do with the incident that I'm talking about. This is no one got a suspension out of this. This is the Grand Final. But let's just watch. One more time. Just this one bit. Just there. Now I watched that, and you know what I thought? I watched that live. I was in the stand, and I thought, he's just called a phantom then. That link has just called a phantom touch in the grand final. And a lot of people around me thought the same thing. But let's watch closer here. It's going to be hard it's very hard to do this slow motion. So what I'll try and do is go frame by frame best I can. That could be a touch. All right. But look at that. Right on the ankle was a touch. And granted, when you look at that full speed, and because when you rewatch something on YouTube, because the video is so long, you cannot watch it slow motion. So if you are watching something full speed and trying to decide whether or not this is a phantom, that looks like a phantom. Watching that full speed, that every day looks like a phantom. But like I said, when we slowed that down, that's a touch. Straight on the leg, ankle, whatever. The only argument to this is whether or not the ball's down. But this just shows you that when you are a spectator, when you're a spectator, and I think coaches are guilty of this as well, that they believe something at full game speed to be a phantom, but when you slow it down, they're actually touches. I don't think this is the only example of that. I'd say there is a lot of cases where that's a phantom. Oh, hang on, let's slow it down. Maybe not. So now I'm wondering if we start trying to find phantom touches and suspending people, would the chances of this player getting suspended be if that had have been second round on the first day? So I think for us, this is just my personal opinion. You can tell me I'm wrong. You can say that if you think there's a phantom they believe to be punished, and I do. I think phantom touches. We need to do everything we can to get rid of phantom touches. I do think they've gotten a lot better since the introduction of live stream. We do celebrate honesty as much as we can, but I'm worried of the amount of people that will be suspended if we start making this a thing that actually didn't do anything wrong. That's my biggest worry, that people start getting suspended because it looks like on first viewing that they've made a phantom, but when you slow it down, they're actually 100% correct. And again, like I said at the start, we're just pretending. We're pretending that this rumor is true for the sake of this video. But what do you think is the best way that we can get rid of phantom touches? I know referees are very rightfully hard on if you call a phantom touch there and they are in clear view of it and they clearly know it's a phantom touch, you will be into the sin bin, which I think is great. I think if there's any rule to be super tough on, it's the phantom touch. But it's just, I don't know. I'm struggling to... Well, firstly, I'm struggling to find the best solution for this, but I just don't know if suspending players from a video that's in the stand is the best way forward. This could not even be true. Remember that. This could be complete rumor that I've made a 8-minute video about. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. If you actually know about this game or the suspension that you're thinking of, let us know. But until then, just tell me your thoughts on this, and we will see you on the next video.